Hi, welcome to ChrisDixonGuitar.com, and today's lesson is this is summer school week number 5, and today's lesson is learning some arpeggios. So for a beginner, I'm going to learn some really basic what we call triads. A tri means 3, and a triad is basically a 3-note arpeggio. So the first one we're going to learn is a G major triad, and it sounds like this. Okay, so those notes are a G on the 3rd fret, and then we're going to play a D on the 3rd fret on string number 2, and finally we're going to play a B on fret 4 on string 3. So there's a G major arpeggio. Next one we're going to do is an A minor arpeggio. I'm going to start with an A note. Well, I'll play it first. So it's okay, so that's a A, 5th fret on the 1st string. We've got an E, 5th fret on the 2nd string, and finally we've got a C, which makes it a minor tone because that is a flattened 3rd, and that is on fret number 5 on string number 3. So there's 2 arpeggios for you: G major and A minor. Okay, so get those down, and next week I'm going to learn a couple of things that we can do with them. Okay, if you're an intermediate player, then you want to take your arpeggios a little bit to a higher level than that. Basically, what you should do is learn a full 6-string arpeggio, the major and the minor versions, just to start with. So I'll show you those. Here's a G major arpeggio. Okay, and an A minor arpeggio. So I'll go through those slowly for you. A G major is 3rd fret on the 6th string, then you're going to play the 7th fret, then you're going to play the 5th fret on the A string, and then the 5th fret on the D string, then moving on to string number 3, 4th fret with your 2nd finger, and then 3rd fret on the B string, and finally the G on the 3rd fret on string number 1. And of course just reverse that. And I'm sweep picking that. I'm actually starting with an upstroke so that I get basically 6 strokes downwards through the strings, all after the first note. The rest of those notes are all downstrokes, and obviously learn to play it in reverse as well. Moving on to the minor, the A minor chord or arpeggio, starting on fret number 5, again an upstroke, and then frets, not 7, fret number 8, downstroke, fret 7, fret 7 again, then fret 5 on string number 3, fret 5 on string number 2, and fret 5 on string number 1. Okay, so there's your A minor arpeggio. So one of the cool ways to practice that kind of thing is basically just to take a diatonic scale in G. If you don't know what diatonic means, it basically means playing through all the notes in the key of G major. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and finishing on G, and creating an arpeggio off every single one of those notes. Basically you can start off with a sort of major, G major arpeggio, then A minor, then B minor. I'm going to do it in reverse, then C major, then let's see, that's D major, and so on. And you can go all the way through the scale playing those arpeggios. A really cool way to practice it. So get that one down for next week, and we'll do a little more on that then. Okay, welcome to the advanced sort of section of week number 5, summer school, arpeggios. Excuse me, bit of a frog in my throat. Now, if you're an advanced player, you want to be able to play arpeggios all over the place, and I guess really, if you're an advanced player, you should learn all your arpeggios: minor 7s, major 7s, ninths, all that kind of stuff. But you got to start somewhere. So really easy, straightforward thing, if you don't already know how to do them, is once you've learned the arpeggios that I talked about in the intermediate section, like the G major, then and the A minor, of course, then learn another place to play them on the neck. And the obvious choice really is to move your root from 6th string up onto the 5th string. So for example, if you're playing a G major arpeggio here, then you really want to know how to play it up here as well. And the same thing goes for your minor arpeggios. For my major arpeggios, I'm going to assume that you're going to learn the ones on the 6th string from the intermediate part of this video. So let's talk about the ones on the 5th string. My favourite way of playing the major arpeggio with a root on the 5th string really is to take the arpeggio and build it above my 1st finger. So I'll just demonstrate that for you. Let's take the G, G major. So of course your G note is at the 10th fret, and basically you're pretty much starting off the same. You're going to play the 10th fret, then you play fret 14 with your pinky. Then I use my 1st finger, in fact I like to move right over and use my 1st finger and bar the 12th fret and play the next 3 strings. So that's the 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, and then pinky plays fret 15 on the B string, and finally you're playing the G note right up on fret 15 on the E string, string number 1. So let's go with that again. That's really quite a nice, straightforward way to finger and sweep through that particular arpeggio. And the advantages of course, knowing 2 versions of the same arpeggio is that you don't want to be limited to playing G major arpeggios on fret 3. You want to be able to do them up the neck a little bit more. So for my minor arpeggios, I really like to build them below the root. So I'm going to start with my pinky on the root, which is the A note on 12th fret on string number 5, and then it's going to be the 10th fret. Then I'm going to play 9th fret on string 3, 10th fret on 2, 8th fret on the 1st string, and then finally reach up and hit the E note on the 12th fret, and then back down again. So that's a really fairly straightforward way to play minor arpeggios, and of course you can move them about all over the place. So when you're doing the advanced stuff, what you want to do is you want to practice both the roots on the 6th string and the roots on the 5th string, and that will give you 2 ways to play major and minor arpeggios. Really, really useful when you're soloing, or even playing broken chords, that kind of thing. But really fun either way. So get that stuff down, and next week we'll have a little look at some context stuff for these things. So I will see you then.